Welcome back to Jays Today. I'm your host, Claire, and this is Jasper.
Yep, today we're going to be bringing you previews of the winter sports.
They're finally upon us.
And before we get into that, two little shout outs. One to Holly Hetzer, who got third at state dive, which is third place, pretty good. And then a Blue Jay who graduated last year, Tanner Bergeron, broke the school record in threes for a game at Ellsworth. Shot 10 for 12 from three, which is crazy stat line.
That is crazy. Well, talking about Tanner Bergeron, might as well just move into boys basketball.
Yep, boys basketball this year, looking to three-peat to Wells Fargo or KC Center or whatever.
The donut. Yep,
sure. We have two starters returning in Cole Miller and Hudson McConnell. And then another kid who got a good amount of playing time last year, Jersey Simonson, is coming back. And then another guy in the mix of starters will be Drake Faltzgraf, who's looking to have a good year. And then for the fifth spot, it's kind of just, I think it's still up for grabs.
It's definitely a spot that isn't going to be too set in stone.
Yeah. There's basically, besides the four already starters, anybody can have that fifth spot. And with these returners includes our starting point guard, Cole Miller, who this will be his third year starting, coming off of a little injury, but he's good to go now. Last year, he was second team All-State. He racks up some crazy assist numbers, tied the school record with 16 assists in a game last year. And in 3A, he was second in assists. And then some more stats for our other returner, Hudson McConnell. Shot 47% from three last year on quite a few attempts and was a second-team all-conference player.
Yeah. And you still have a few members off of that undefeated state champion team, so hopefully those members can lead to another state run.
Yep.
This will be the second or third year losing like the 4A player of the year.
Yep. Big people that we lose are Tanner Bergeron, who was the 3A player of the year last year. And like we mentioned earlier, he just broke the school record for threes in a game at Ellsworth. And then we lose all-conference honorable mention, Nick Fonts, who helped fill a big role that we needed in rebounding and hustle plays and defense.
But overall, I think there's a good outlook for this season.
Yeah, I think we'll be a pretty good team.
Girls basketball ended up just under a 500 record last year. Fell short to Waverly Shellrock in the regional semis, and Waverly Shellrock ended up being the state runners-up, so not too bad there. Returning two starters, Erica Lyle and Aubrey Haynes, and those are our captains this year. But even still, we're bringing in some pretty good talent. We have Morgan as one of our starters, who was basically one of our key defenders last year. Consistently 6 off the bench last year. And then Addison Brown and Tiara Bergeron, I'll say they became key players to our team. Last year, they both started off being JV starters. And then throughout, they just showed how they were key players of our team and ended up working hard in the offseason and became starters this year. So just goes to show that hard work, you put in the hard work and it's going to pay off.
So girls basketball loses 3 of their starters, but they're a very young team. So I think girls that got playing time last year will only be getting better and better. And there's also some freshmen that might be in the mix for some playing time. So hopefully those freshmen do well.
Definitely losing 3 starters in Hannah, Chesney, and Abby. but you have people who are going to step up and fill in those shoes. But I think definitely the biggest change difference from last year to this year is we have a new coach this year. Ben moved into a different position, becoming our AD. So now we have a new head coach. This is Coach Obley.
Hi, you guys.
Our brand new girls basketball head coach. What are you bringing to the team?
I have just loved getting to be a part of it since June. I don't know if there's anything that I bring to the team that the team doesn't already have. It was very obvious right away, the excitement and the energy that our team has. Coach Trepp, Coach Schultz, and AO have been awesome in helping me learn all the ins and outs. And then all the girls on the team have been so much fun to be a part of. And so while I might bring some new ideas with like X's and O's, I think that the energy and the excitement and how loud the gym is really fits into my style. And that's a credit to you, Claire, and our teammates.
Nice. So what led you to come to Monterey?
I'm from the central Iowa area. I grew up here. And I moved down to the Northwest Missouri, Kansas City area for college and ended up staying down there. But I knew I always wanted to come back home. And so as I was looking to make that move back, the Bondurant for our district came highly recommended to me from some of my coaching circle friends. And then after getting here and meeting everyone and seeing what a great high school and teaching positions there were, I knew it was the perfect fit.
We're excited to bring you on. What's your coaching philosophy for this season?
I think that, as a group, we've really worked to come up with 5 words that we want to guide our season. I love that in basketball, you learn so much life as well. And so, those 5 words that we are focusing in on, the first one being collective. Everything that we do, we want to make sure that we're doing together and for each other. The second word that we're focusing on is the trust. And so trusting in our preparation and trusting in our teammates beside us. And then showing up with passion every day and having an excitement and an enthusiasm for what we're doing. Our 4th word is resilience. And so that just means continuing to show up even on days or when things don't go your way. And then that last word is service. And it's probably one of my favorites because it's all about what can you be doing for those around you.
Awesome. So you guys scrimmaged Newton last Thursday. Won pretty easily. I watched a little bit of it. How do you feel after that scrimmage?
Yeah, it was a great night, both for our JV and varsity programs. It was such a loud, ruckus environment walking into that gym, which was so much fun. And then watching our JV come out and kind of set the tone. Defensively, we had so many things that we saw that we were really excited about. Hustle, diving on the floor for those 50-50 balls, getting those rebounds. And then I thought our varsity group did a really great job carrying that momentum into their game. Coming out with that win was really big for us. A lot of girls showed what great roles they're going to have on our team this year. And we also saw things that we can continue to build on, which is what those scrimmages are for.
We definitely have a younger varsity squad this year. How are you developing the future of the program?
That's a great question. I think that's a credit to our senior leadership. We have Aubrey, Erica, you, Claire, and then Lydia, who really have done an amazing job of taking our underclassmen kind of under your wing and showing them, what does it mean to be a Blue Jay basketball player and how should they come into the gym every day. And so while us coaches are helping to look at some development things, maybe skill-wise, I think the biggest credit is to you and your seniors for the leadership that you bring to them.
Okay, and what is your outlook for the rest of the season?
I think we just want to continue to get better every single day. And so showing up at practice and wanting to continue to compete at a high level, and then just recognize that our goal is to be better than what we were yesterday.
Awesome. Well, thank you for joining the show today.
Thanks, guys.
Jace Today is sponsored in part by Jeff Meislin with Principal Financial Group. Jeff and his team help individuals, families, and businesses with retirement planning and strategy, investments, college funding, life, long-term disability, and long-term care insurance, and other financial products and strategies. Feel free to email or call for a complimentary consultation or if you have any questions. That number is 515-246-4057. Once again, it's 515-246-4057. This podcast is also supported by Vision Bank. For more than 140 years, Vision Bank has maintained its commitment to helping build strong communities. They have been locally owned and locally focused since 1884.
And we're back for day 2, so we can bring in our second guest, Coby Fiser.
Hey, thanks for having me.
Yeah, bringing Coby on today to talk to us about what this wrestling season is going to be like. So, Coby, with that, who's coming back this year? What returners do we have?
Well, for like state qualifiers, like our key returners, myself, Nolan and Jordan both, Landon Corey, Brayton Gipple is kind of going through some injuries right now. We're hoping we can get him back second half of the year, but he'd definitely be a good one. And Andy Hockett is our other returner.
Awesome. So, who are we losing?
So we lost a lot of really good seniors last year. 5 really good ones, 5 starters. So definitely gonna have to fill those gaps with guys stepping up, including myself. And yeah.
You had a pretty solid finish last year at the state tournament. How do you feel going into this year?
Going in so I lost all my preseason, pretty much like some medical stuff, but off season I was training pretty hard, and I'm just looking to like just keep that mentality kind of coming in, because it can be hard, the way things ended last year. But I take my training pretty serious, and I know a lot of the other guys do. So we all push each other, and I'm excited for this year for sure.
So there's been some noise and some rankings that I've seen come out lately with some guys involving our team. Can you tell us a little bit more about those?
Yeah. So I was 48th for the sophomore class, and Nolan was 4th for the junior class, and he was actually 15th overall. So that was good for him. Jordan fell short, but I really think he should be in there. But I know that's a loaded class. When I was looking through that was loaded. And then for the individual rankings, Nolan was number 1 at 150, so that's kind of cool. But I think we'll see him at 57 this year. Not to give away anything, but and I think Jordan was ranked 3rd at 75, and I think we'll see him actually drop down to 65.
So we've been talking a lot about like individuals and rankings, but kind of as a team, what are your goals this season?
I think one of our goals every year is to go undefeated in regular duels, and we're definitely looking to keep that going. Like we talked about, like we're taking a hit for sure with just the guys we're losing. So I think also maybe a goal that I think we have kind of subconsciously would just be to just keep the trend going of like working hard, because I mean a lot of guys we lost were leaders, and I think as a team we haven't really talked about it, but I think a goal would just be to stay resilient and just keep what we had going, even with the hit we're taking.
All right, Coby, thank you for joining the show today.
Yeah, thanks for having me.
Well, that was exciting to hear about boys wrestling this year, but something kind of moving up is girls wrestling.
Yeah, we have extended a little bit of girls wrestling here at Bondurant as more and more girls are getting into it. We have a total of 8 girls that will be wrestling for Ankeny, 2 that will be wrestling varsity. That list includes Lauren Watson and Sophia Romsberg.
Yeah, definitely exciting because we only had 2 girls last year in total over at Ankeny. Now we have 8, so that's a giant increase. And it's a growing sport, so keeping that going is just humongous.
We also, I just learned the other day that we have a girls wrestling coach now too.
We do. That coach is kind of responsible for getting our Bondurant girls over to Ankeny. And in the works, I believe it's of my understanding that the new addition or new plans for like all the stuff over there includes a girls' wrestling room.
Really, that's cool.
So, I mean, at least it's of my knowledge that hopefully in the next few years, Bonneranc's going to get their own program.
Blue Jay Digital will be involved in documenting some girls wrestling this year. So make sure to check out Blue Jay Digital if you want to learn and know more about girls wrestling.
Yeah, definitely. Just throughout all the winter sports this year, keep checking back for updates. We got it covered all season.
And that is it for this show. Thank you, everybody, for watching.
And as always, it's a great day to be a Blue Jay.